Hello everyone and welcome to a Fugu FrenZy update. Now if you have no idea what Fugu FrenZy is, it's the community championship I host, or I am hosting should I say, similar to Mini Madness last year. However this year we're using the Greddy Fugu Z, if you hadn't already guessed by the intro. And apologies for using it, or actually I'm not going to apologise for it. I love that car reveal video. It's not the official intro for the championship, that will be revealed in a couple of weeks time. However, I like that video, so I just thought I'd put it as a little bit of an intro to this video. So what we're going to discuss in this video is some of the rules you didn't know about that have now been sorted and put into the document. Now if you don't want to watch this video, just go to the description. In there is the document, you can read them, or alternatively if you've not entered the championship yet, click on the entry form, fill it in, go on the Discord, click the little mini icon, and that will get you in the championship as well. So, and yes, I'm having a really bad hair day. I really need a barber, so I can't wait until they open again. Right, anyway, let's get on with the old document. So, anything highlighted in yellow I'm currently considering as a change or a move. So, the first thing you will see on the championship schedule now is that qualifying is all highlighted yellow. And I've actually moved the first round to Sunday. Now, I've moved it to 9 AM to 11 AM British summertime. First of all, there's going to be a poll or a vote, which you will find, hopefully as a pinned comment, but it'll be on Discord as well, whether qualifying should be on a Sunday at that time anyway. I've kind of figured that qualifying doesn't have to be as long as the race, so, it was originally 8 PM to midnight. I'm going to move that down to just a 2-hour time period, because I think that's better. In addition to that, there's going to be another question or a bit of feedback that I need from anybody who can't make weekends, because I've had a lot of people say that they can't make 2 Saturdays in a row, for example, of an additional day. Now, this additional day could be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, not Friday. So, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, in the evening, that is, British summertime, because I work, of course. It can be any of those days, and it'll be a 1-hour extra session. Let me know if you can't do both Saturdays, or in this case it might be Saturday and the Sunday. Let me know if any of those days are preferable. If they're not, we're just going to keep it to that 2-hour slot, because that's what I prefer. I like to do it all in one go. It's just easier for me, and I can then get the graphics done for the actual race. But as I say, round 1, Sunday the 21st of June. It's not going to be on the Saturday, and that's because of a top 16 superstar race. I love doing the top 16 superstar races. I don't know when they're scheduled, so literally when I saw that I was like, oh, of course, on a Fugu FrenZy day. But even so, I moved to Sunday for those 2 hours. Let me know if that's a problem. You have the vote there as well. So, let's continue down, and we get to some green highlights now. And first of all, we have the tracks. So, let's go through the tracks here. And you might notice a little theme going on here. But first of all, we have Blue Moon Bay Infield A. Now, you're probably going, Tidge, we used that last time. We did. I loved that circuit. I think it's a cracking opening circuit. So, I'm going to use it again, believe it or not. I am using it. We're using it very early in the morning this time, rather than middle of the day. So, Blue Moon Bay Infield A is going to be your first circuit for Fugu FrenZy. We're then going to travel to Austria, and we're going to be in a wet Austria because we're going to the Red Bull Ring at 10:30 in the morning, and it's going to be raining. So yes, we have a rain round at round number 2. So for those rain specials, that might be the one for you. We then move on to Japan, where we then hit the Fuji short course. It's going to be bang on in the middle of the day, and it's fine weather there. Now, obviously, some of these tracks we have raced. In fact, I think we've raced all of these tracks at some point, not necessarily in the official test day that we did. But these tracks appear to be the best to me when I've looked at stuff, and this is why they've been chosen. From Fuji and Japan, we're then going to head over to Italy and Sardinia, and we're actually using the forward layout for Sardinia. Sardinia B in the forward layout. That's going to be at 1:10 in the afternoon. This is track time, by the way, I'm talking about, not actually the physical time. And again, that's fine weather for Sardinia B. We're then going to St. Croixant, or St. Croix B, and again, that's a forward layout, and that's going to be 3:10 in the afternoon in terms of time. Again, it is fine weather. We then, for the final round, round number 6 in November, we are going to Tokyo and Japan again for the Tokyo East Inner Loop. It's going to be raining and nighttime, and that is going to be our big finale for the Fugu FrenZy Championship. I'm looking forward to every single one of those rounds. I think these rounds will produce the best racing if mistakes do happen, and I expect there to be some collisions in this championship, don't get me wrong. Then I think these tracks offer the best opportunity for someone to have a catch up. It offers the best kind of racing. There should be overtaking in there, and so on. So I think these tracks are best. If you have any concerns about the tracks, obviously do put them in the feedback or discussion area in the Fugu FrenZy section on Discord. We then have the lobby settings. So obviously the lobby name now is going to be Fugu FrenZy -round, and the round number, and then the split and the split number. The race, this is interesting. The race is going to be 30 minutes in length. I didn't want it to be too quick in terms of a sprint. I wanted a decent race here. So if you do get knocked off, you have the opportunity to catch up to somebody. If there is a fantastic race going on, you've still got 30 minutes of a fantastic race. It allows people that potentially are better in longer distances to make way, and it allows people in sprint races to potentially pull away and then have to try and keep there if their focus is only limited for 15 minutes. So 30 minutes in terms of race distance. Boost is off. Slipstream is real. And then all the other stuff. So obviously maximum power, 280 brake horsepower. This has been mentioned briefly, the 9590. This is it basically. So 280 brake horsepower, 990 kilograms. And the tyres, we are using racing intermediates. Now people seem to think this is a mistake. It is not. The racing intermediate tyre on road cars is brilliant. It's like an in-between of sport soft and racing hard. It's perfect for it. So yes, racing intermediates are being used. Now, qualifying. So qualifying, this is an interesting one because obviously this is all brand new. So you will basically have 2 fast laps in a given session. So I will let you know when you can go out the pits, basically. So literally, I will call your name out. If you've ever watched IGTL World Series, exact same as what Lewis does, I will call you out the pits. You get to do 2 laps. At the end of those 2 laps, just pull over at the side of the circuit at the end. I don't want you to go on for a 3rd lap. Now, you will be released by me, of course. If you crash during a lap, say it's your first lap and you crash and there's lots of cars behind you, stay out the way of all the cars, let all the cars go by, and then just rejoin after that. Make sure you stay out of slipstream as you rejoin, because you shouldn't gain an advantage from crashing. However, if you catch up to somebody on your lap, so let's say you're TRL Adam and you catch somebody who's potentially not going very quickly, you are fine to finish that lap. You know, if you catch up to somebody and they're both doing their normal lap, that's fair game. Obviously, we will be watching the laps, or I will be watching mainly, but we do have some stewards as well that can help with this. I'll be looking at the map, looking at what people are doing. Now, the qualifying is not being streamed, just so everybody is aware of that. It is not being streamed, so I can literally focus on qualifying and make sure it's done properly. Qualifying sessions. So what will happen, say on the first round, for example, it will open up at 9 AM. At 9:15, I start the qualifying session. At 9:30, the next qualifying session goes. At 2:45, and so on. So every quarter, it happens. We get to 11 AM. There's going to be one final session till 2:15, and that is it on that round, okay? There's potential for another day, but they're going to be the quarters, so make sure you're free for those times. Get into the lobby once a session is finished, and then do your, you can go out. You should do practice elsewhere and be able to just jump straight in and get on with it. That is what we're going to do in terms of qualifying. Now, the races are going to be run in a split format, and I have mentioned this already. So split 1 will start. Now, split 1 is going to be the fastest lobby. They will start first, and we will continue through to split number 4. Now, I have written this down in the document in the interest of time and the broadcast. Split 1 will open at 8 PM British Summer Time. We'll then do the, the broadcast. We'll start the race. We'll do the race. Once that race finishes, there will be an intermission screen. And during this time is when the next split is going to be set up in terms of the lobby. You're then required. So if you're in split 2, just be prepared to then jump in once split 1 finishes into the split 2 lobby, and so on. So if you're at split 4 and split 1 are racing, you don't have to worry too much straight off the bat. When we get to split 3, then start to be prepared to get into a lobby. I can't give you exact times, of course, because if split 1 finish a race in 20, well, we're going for 30 minutes. So if they finish in 30 minutes, a split 4 lobby might finish in 33 minutes or 34 minutes or 35 minutes, or the split 3 one might finish in 32. I can't give you exact times, but there or thereabouts, just be prepared, okay? Penalties, nothing's changed with the penalties. The overall length of the event should be between 40 and 50 minutes. As I say, so, a 30-minute race, there should be a little bit of practice in there beforehand, just as I introduce some of the drivers, you guys, of course. and then we go from there. Now, the other thing that's changed in this document is the championship scoring. So this is big as well, of course, because everybody wants to know what the scoring is all about. So obviously in qualifying, your main aim is to try and get in the highest split possible, of course. So, you know, even if you're DRC, if you practice so hard, you have the potential of getting into a top split lobby, okay? That's the idea behind this. So you can get in there, and then obviously the points on offer are higher. So, for example, in the first lobby, it goes from 110 points down to 78. Now, the top 3 points in top 3 positions in each lobby are worth slightly more than every other position in the lobby, and the top 3 positions generally overlap. Now, the third position in each lobby is just underneath the lobby prior. Second is above, so let's just say 12th, 13th, 14th here. So 15th is just ahead of 11th. 16th is just ahead of 13th. And 17th is literally then going to be 15th, if that makes sense. So that's how it's going to work. Obviously, there'd still be 17th, but the points gap, rather than being a 2-point gap between positions, it'd be 1. So that's the idea behind that. There's an overlap there. So, you know, if you struggle or have a mistake in qualifying, you end up in split 2, for example, but you feel you're a split 1 driver, you're not counted out. You still have the possibility of winning that race in split 2 and potentially outscoring 4 drivers there in split 1. That's the idea behind it. There's overlap there, and that's how I feel the official FIA should run, but there we go. Remember, with the championship, it's best 4 out of 6 rounds, so again, if you have a shocking round, you can always turn up at another round. Obviously, the official commentary broadcast is now on YouTube and not on Twitch, just for those interested about that, which means the video on demand will be permanently there, of course, so you can always watch it back. Now, finally, in terms of the race administration and team, we now have some senior stewards and some stewards. So obviously, I'm the broadcaster, lead steward, etc. But in terms of the senior stewards and stewards, these were chosen based on people who had participated in Mini Madness last year, so they're very well aware of the penalty system, and they also completed the entire championship as well. So these are senior steward. We have Gaudi Hornet. And we also have Mori Moles. We have 2 senior stewards. And then we have 2 standard stewards. And they will just be helping with penalties and such. And that is Hasnain and LZR Lewis. Senior stewards are going to help with just bigger decisions. They'll have a bit more responsibility. But all that is in the Discord as well if you're really interested in that sort of stuff. But that's going to be it in terms of this Fugu FrenZy video. Just a bit of detail for you there. And now you have all that information. Please do check out the vote for the qualifying day. As I say, I think Sunday might be better with those 2 hours personally. But I don't know. I'd rather get that information from you guys. Please enter if you want to enter a fun little championship. We have had a lot of entries already, though, to be fair. Make sure you enter the livery competition because the liveries are absolutely fantastic. And that is going to be it for now. So thanks very much for watching this video if you watched all the way through to the end. And I shall see you once again very soon for some more Fugu FrenZy.